Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida high school baseball. And I always say we have a good one, but today we have a really, really good one. We're down in Key West at Weech Field to see the visiting Miami Christian Victors that are led by their head coach, Chris Quadra. And they're going to take on the home team, the Key West Conchs, led by their legendary coach, Ralph Henriquez. We're going to give you the starting lineups and go over the defense in just a second. I'm Uncle Mug saying thank you for joining us, and remember to subscribe and follow us on the YouTube and check out our Instagram page for all of our upcoming events. And, boy, we're excited to bring you this game and the other 38, 40 games that we have left on the schedule. But, man, we circled the date on our calendar for this game here, and it's a great place to play baseball, great community. And we want to have a good baseball game today. On the mound for these Conchs is Chris Koppel. He's a hard-throwing right-hander with a lot of movement on his pitches. And the key to this Victor lineup is to be able to get to Koppel and to get him early. Once he gets in a groove, runs are going to be at a premium. So let's go over the starting lineup now for the visiting Miami Christian Victors. Leading off and playing second base, it's number 8, Kevin Bruno. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Ray Hierro. Third batter is the center fielder, Ray Contreras. Marcos Carrier is the DH. He'll be followed by Luis Mijares. He's playing first base. The sixth batter is Carlos Sanchez over at third base. Miguel Benavides is your catcher. Delvis Valdez is in the 8-hole playing right field. And to round out the Victor lineup, Eddie Perez is your left fielder. Let's go over the Conch defense now that we have an opportunity here. The battery is going to be Chris Koppel, and behind the plate is Jack Niles. At third base, it's Roman Garcia. To his left at shortstop, it's Augie Davila. The second baseman is Javi Perez. Caden Pichardo is your first baseman. And the outfield, from right to left, it's Nelson Ong. Cade Maltz is in center field, and Sam Holland is in left field, and we're about to get underway right here on FSPN, folks. Let's bring up. First pitch is hit foul. Quick strike on the batter, Kevin Bruno. He's a right-handed batter. There's strike two right away. He's in the hole, 0-2. Great crowd here at Weech Field. Great history, great tradition in Key West baseball. And that one's foul to the right side. It's going to be a souvenir for somebody. 1-2 the count. Man, that's Miami Christian making all that noise. When the Conchs come up to bat, they'll make some noise of their own. The 2-2's up high to fill up the count. And there's a strike, but it gets away from Niles. He's going to have to throw down. Oh, and he couldn't scoop it up. Pichardo. There's a good look at Koppel. Bruno with a somewhat modest lead on first base. First pitch is looked at up high. There's a swing and a miss at one that was a little bit out of the strike zone. The Victors took last night's game 5-4. The Conchs are looking to even things up here. And boy, they weren't lying when Chris Koppel, they told me he was a hard-throwing right-hander. And he showed us just that. Clocking in at the high 80s. He's got to find the plate to be effective, though. Good look at the batter, Yarrow. Runner goes. And the throw from Niles is right on the money. A nice tag by Davila. And they're going to cut down that runner and get the first out of the inning. Tell you what, Niles came up firing on that one. A quick release. And a great tag and a great catch by the shortstop, Augie Davila. It's going to bring up the third batter. Sorry, Yarrow's still up there. My bad. Campo having a little trouble here in the first inning. He's trying to settle into this game. He's left a couple pitches up high. He's working from the stretch. And he gets a little help from the batter, swinging at one out of the strike zone, but that's going to be strike three, and that's 2 strikeouts now for Campo. Your batter for the Victors is the center fielder, Ray Contreras. He's a big boy coming in from the right side as well. A nice cool night here at Key West. And there's an off-speed pitch that's over for a strike. The Conchs are wearing their red shirts and their home white pants. And the visiting Victors are wearing the all black with the red sleeves. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first. Another off-speed pitch that's back-to-back breaking balls that flopped over for strikes. There's the 1-2 to Contreras. And swung on and missed, and Campo strikes out the side. Nothing across the board, no score, and the home team is coming up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and you're watching FSPN. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida High School Baseball. And today we're in Key West at Rex Weech Field. And we got a special treat here to FSPN's coverage of South Florida High School Baseball like you've never seen before. We're in Key West, where the Miami Christian Victors are taking on the home team, the Key West Conchs. There's no score, bottom of the first inning. The pitcher on the mound for these Miami Christian Victors is Ian Ponzon. He's a big boy, a big right-hander. He can bring the ball to the plate in a hurry. And the leadoff batter for these Conchs is the right fielder, Nelson Ong. He'll be followed by Cade Maltz, and I'll go through the rest of the Conch lineup right after we see that foul ball. Nelson Ong, like we said, is the first batter. He'll be followed by Cade Maltz. He's playing center field. Then it's Roman Garcia, the third baseman. He'll be followed by Caden Pichardo, who's at first base. The fifth batter is Sam Holland. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Augie Davila. Then it's Javi Perez, the second baseman. Kane Dickerson is the DH, and Jack Niles rounds out the lineup for the Conchs, and he's the catcher. And there's one that's hit into center field. Contreras has a beat on it, and that's the first out of the inning. The Miami Christian lineup, the battery is Ian Ponzon. Behind the plate, it's Miguel Benavides. Carlos Sanchez is at third base. Ray Hierro is the shortstop. Kevin Bruno's playing second base. Luis Mijares is the first baseman. Delvis Valdez is in right field. Ray Contreras just made that play. He's in center field. And your left fielder's Eddie Perez. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play. And the first pitch to Maltz is up high for ball one. There's a good look at Ponzon. Told you he's a big fella. Nice field. We got the turf. Packed house Saturday night. Conch baseball. The Conch Republic is here to represent. Wow. The KW flags are all over the place. I want to take a chance. We've got an opportunity here. I want to thank Jack Niles for having us out here. I want to thank head coach Ralph Enriquez and Ralphie for giving us an interview today on the field. Great bunch of guys. Wouldn't mind coming back here again and doing another game. Quickly, 2 strikes to Maltz, the center fielder. And the key to this game for the Conchs is to get runners on. We need traffic on the bases. Bonsong is from the stretch. The 1-2 to Cade is in the dirt to even the count. And we're under the lights here at Rex Weech Field in Key West. FSPN on the road. I want to thank my producer and my entire crew for helping us out here today. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And there's a weak ground ball hit right back to the mound. Bonsong jumps on over and he throws it over to Mijares for the second out of the inning. The Conchs bring up to bat the third batter, the third baseman, Roman Garcia, to face Bonsong here in the bottom of the first inning with no score. Garcia, he's only a sophomore, but he's all of 6'1" and 200 pounds. He looks at that one low for ball one. There's a look at Garcia. Starts off the season red hot, hitting a .545. He's got 4 RBIs, a double and a triple. I'll go over the dimensions here of Rex Weech Field, and there's one that's going to be tested, and it's hit high and deep, and that disappears into the Key West night. A solo home run for the third baseman, the sophomore sensation. Garcia puts the Conchs on the board early, 1-0. I was just about to go over the dimensions of Rex Weech Field, and I was about to say that it's going to take a nuclear missile to hit it over left field, and Garcia does just that. Just like that. You can't even blink here at Key West, and there's an off-speed pitch hit on the ground to Carlos Sanchez. He comes up firing to Mijares, and that's the third out. So the Conchs get one, they leave none, and we're heading to the top of the second inning with your score. The home team 1 and the visiting team 0, and you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of South Florida baseball, and we're at Rex Weech Field in beautiful Key West, where we have a game between the Miami Christian Victors and the home team, the Key West Conchs. We're in the top of the second inning. The score is 1-0 on a solo blast by Roman Garcia. I mean, he made one disappear into this Key West night, and it gives the Conchs an early lead. In the box now for the Florida Christian Victors is the fourth batter, Marcos Carrier. He'll be followed by Luis Mijares. Then it's Carlos Sanchez, Miguel Benavides, Delvis Valdez, and Eddie Perez. Marcos Carrier. The 1-2 fouled, and what a play by Ralphie Jr. He just snagged that with one hand. He doesn't even rub it. Tough guy over there. Chris Copals, your pitcher, struck out the side in the first inning, even though he had a man on base, but he got there by way of a strikeout, and there's a good look at him. There's a rope hit to center field. Here comes Maltz, and what a play. Cade Maltz makes a heck of a play in center field to rob him of a base hit. Spectacular play. And there's Coppell. He gives him a tip of the hat, and he says, "Hey, guy, thank you very much." Boy, that gets by him, and that's trouble. I mean, he really extended. That was swimming pool kind of stuff. Let's see what Mijares gets here. He gets the off-speed pitch, and it's low. The key to this Miami Christian team is to get guys on base. Late swing there, and it evens the count at 2-2. Top of the second inning, 1-0. from Key West. Niles wants it up high, and he goes chasing for another strikeout. Boy, he put it right where the catcher was asking for it. And that's 4 strikeouts for the big right-hander, and he's only faced 5 batters. The Victors are going to send up Carlos Sanchez. He's a third baseman, right-handed hitter. Miguel Benavides is on deck. And it looks like Koppel has settled in. There's an off-speed pitch to start him off, a little high. Well, this is a legit college arm on the mound and maybe even a single or a double A. He's coming from the stretch. He's got a little bit of a slow windup when he picks up his leg. Nothing like Nestor Torres, but he does take his time in bringing the leg all the way up. There's a look at Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Niles is asking for it up high, and that's where he puts it. Sanchez doesn't bite, and the count goes to 2-2 to the right-handed batting third baseman. Here's another chance for that 5th strikeout. The 2-2. That's even higher. That's an easy take for Sanchez when the ball's up around your eyebrows. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and there's strikeout number 5. Nothing across the board for the visiting Victors. We head to the bottom of the second inning with your score. The Key West Conchs 1 and the visiting Victors 0, and you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Key West, everyone. You're watching FSPN, South Florida high school baseball at its finest. We're watching the Miami Christian Victors and their pitchers Ian Ponson. And we're down in Key West facing the Conchs, and up to bat is the 5th, 6th, and 7th batter. It'll be Sam Holland, Augie Davila, and Javi Perez. And if anybody gets on, it's Kane Dickerson, the DH. We have a 1-0 game. Bottom of the second. 2 quick strikes now to the 4th batter, the left fielder. Coming in from the left side to face Ponson. Ponson's, he can get the ball to the plate in a hurry. The difference in this game has been a Roman Garcia bomb to left field, and I mean a rocket shot. Rex Weech Field has some funky dimensions. It's kind of tight right down the line of left field, and it opens up a little bit. It's a multi-purpose field. I think they use it for football. But down right field line, it's a long way. There's a swing and a miss at one out of the strike zone for 1 out, Sam Holland. Augie Davila, the shortstop, stands in the box now for the home team, the Conchs, that are up 1-0. Beautiful turf field out here. I was on there a little earlier. So next Sunday, you want to watch that inside the park. I got a great interview with head coach Ralph Henriquez. And he has a world of knowledge, over 32 years coaching. There's a 50-foot fastball from Ponson that's taken for a ball. So it's not all about pina coladas and flip-flops. They play good baseball here as well. Ponson from the stretch. That one's looked at low. One out, no score, 1-0, bottom of the second, pardon me. Can't forget that bomb from Garcia. That's an easy take for Davila when the ball's 3 feet above your head. And, there is a little pressure from a visiting team coming all the way down here. Expectations are high. And there's ball 4. In the box now for the Conchs is the second baseman, Javi Perez from the right side. There's a look at Davila on first. And first pitch swinging, a line drive, solid, clean line drive in the left field. Davila hold up, and the Conchs will have runners on first and second with one out. And I'll tell you, that's a sweet swing from Javi Perez, boy. You usually say that about left-handed batters, that they have a sweet swing. But, boy, he stayed back. His hands were back. He went through, and he hit a solid base hit in the left field. And now the Conchs have a legitimate scoring opportunity here with a runner on second base. Didn't miss by much there. Opens up with a ball to Dickerson. There's a better look at the runners and a better look at beautiful Rex Weech Field. That ball's drilled but foul. Something unique here about Rex Weech Field. The infield is turf, and then the outfield is natural grass. And it gives it a really unique look. Probably save some time and money on dragging the infield. Your foul lines are always going to be straight. The batter's boxes are going to be dimensional. Chris Quadra, he's the head coach of these Victors. Wouldn't be surprised if there's like a pickoff play. Off-speed pitch. Taken for a ball, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike on the DH, Kane Dickerson. He's looking for a base hit to extend this 1-0 lead. Ponzon settles in. He takes a peek at Davila, and that one's in the dirt. What a block back there. Nice by Miguel Benavides. Three and one the count. 1 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0 in favor of the home team. That one swung on and fouled to the right side. He'll fill up the count. Niles is on deck, and he'll be followed by the leadoff batter, Nelson Ong. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's in the dirt, and the bases are full of Conchs. After a brief mound visit from the Victors pitching coach, he leaves Ponzon in there. The corners are creeping in. The bases are full of Conchs, and that looked like a little bit high and away, but it's called strike one. Your batter, Jack Niles, he's the catcher. He's a sophomore. He'll be followed by Nelson Ong, the leadoff batter, but right now Ponzon has his hands full. The bases are loaded. Bottom of the second, it's 1-0. There's nowhere to put him. Ponzon hasn't really been wild, but he's having a little bit of a hard time finding that strike zone. There's an off-speed pitch low. Good eye there by the catcher, Niles. Ponzon looks into Benavides. He kicks and deals, and there's one taken on the outside corner, a little check swing. 3-2, 1 out, bottom of the second. Your score is 1-0 in favor of the home team. Something's got to give here, and it's going to be another run for the home team. A bases loaded walk. Bases are full of Conchs. We got a courtesy runner that came in for Jack Niles. It's Caden Moore. He's on first. Dickerson's on second. Javi Perez is on third. Here's the pitch from Ponzon, and it's in there for a strike. Your batter's the leadoff batter, the right fielder, Nelson Ong. He flied out to center field the first time up, and a base hit will get him another run. It's 2-0 now, bottom of the second. There's a drive, and it's in the gap, and there goes Contreras. He goes a long way for that one, and he does. It's super deep enough that one's going to score, and watch out, another one doesn't score. Ralphie holds him up at first, but not before the Conchs scored their third run right here in the bottom of the second inning. After a sacrifice fly from the leadoff batter, Kevin Ong, it'll bring up Cade Montz with runners on second and third. Moore's on second. He came in to pinch run for Jack Niles. Kane Dickerson moves over to third base on the sac fly that was hit in the deepest part of the ballpark. Contreras went a long way to get one, but there was no chance of him getting Javi Perez. 3-0 just like that for the home team. And Ponzon better watch out, because here comes the heart of the order in the second, third, and fourth batter. He kicks and deals, and that one swung on and just hit foul. Ponzon has been beat up a little bit here. A couple hits, a couple walks, and there's one hit to center field. Contreras goes back right in front of the warning track, and he's going to make the third out of the inning. The Conchs leave two. They get two, and they lead 3-0. And we head to the top of the third inning, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Rex Weech Field, where we have a 3-0 ball game in favor of the home team, the Key West Conchs. They've scored in every inning. The pitcher is Chris Koppel. There's a good look at the big right-hander. 7, 8, and 9 batters are up for the Victors. Benavides, Valdez, and Perez. I'll tell you, he can bring it. That's all the high 80s, maybe low 90s. Rex Weech Field. Turf infield, natural grass outfield. I wonder what spikes to wear. Maybe wear both of them. Turf shoes when you're playing infield. There's one that's taken high. Maybe you could use the metal spikes when you're in the outfield. I'm going to try to get athletic director of Key West High School up here, Andrew Freeman. Somebody went down to get him. There's ball 4. Free pass to Benavides. That'll bring up Delvis Valdez, the right fielder. Valdez steps in from the right side. There's a look at Benavides and Pichardo on first. Just upstairs. There's another one up high, an easy take there for Valdez. He'll be followed by Eddie Perez. 2-0 the count on the right fielder, and these Christian Victor fans are really making some noise here. They want something to happen. He was taken all the way there. Now we got a hitter's count. Boy, they got all kinds of stuff in there. They got bongos, maracas. They're really coordinated. There's the 2-1, and it's in the dirt. Another easy take there. Brings the count 3-1. There's a look at Chris Quadra. He's the head coach of these Miami Christian Victors. Payoff pitch is in the dirt. We'll have runners on first and second for the visitors, and it'll bring up the left fielder, Eddie Perez, with nobody out here in the top of the second, top of the third. So back-to-back walks, and that'll get you a visit from the pitching coach. And Ralphie comes out and has a word with him and Jack. I could probably guess what he told him. He said, settle down, big guy. Throw strikes. You got a 3-0 lead. You don't have to you don't have to nibble around the edges. You can go right after these guys. You got a good infield. Let the defense play. And let's see what these guys have. Noel squares off again. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Caden is right in his pocket. And there's a little bunt out in front that Niles picks up. An easy throw over to Javi Perez that was over there covering. A lot of spin on that ball. Had some English Niles was able to handle it and throw it over without a problem to get the first out. Runners advance now. The Christian Victors have runners on second and third base with one out. It's going to bring up their leadoff batter, Kevin Bruno. Bruno struck out his last time up. Takes the first one. The leadoff batter, Bruno, quickly in a hole. Copo looking for a strikeout, and there's a line drive hit to Maltz, the freshman. There's going to be a tag up. He throws it into third. We're going to give up a run, but we're going to hold on to the lead here. Now there's 2 outs in the top of the third inning. The home team's up 3-1. Runner on second now. Augie's playing cat and mouse with him. And there's a strike called a little low to Yarrow. He didn't like it. He looks back at the umpire and has a few words for him. Three to one from Key West. Back-to-back breaking balls and just missed by Koppel. Niles tried to frame that one, but the umpire had nothing to do with that. 1-1 the count to the shortstop. The second batter, he defensively swings at that one and it goes foul. Wow, that one goes all the way to the backstop. Valdez is going to scoot into third easily. That one looked like Mitch Williams had control. He makes Mitch Williams look like a control pitcher. All right, here's the 2-2. Oh, and it's called strike 3. Copo gets a strikeout. The Victors get one, but they leave one, and we head to the bottom of the third inning with the home team winning 3-1, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We're at Rex Weech Field for a good one here between the Miami Christian Victors and the home team, the Key West Conchs, 3-1. And there's a looping fly ball right to Contreras. It's going to be an easy out. Going to have a treat for you here in a minute. I'm going to have Andrew Freeman. He is the athletic director for this Key West High School. We'll have him on in just a sec. First pitch taken for a strike. It's Roman Garcia. Last time up, he dropped a bomb to left field to give the Conchs the lead, 1-0. He'll be followed by Caden Pichardo. I'm sorry, Pichardo's up. My bad. Next voice you're about to hear is the athletic director of these Key West Conchs. I have with me Andrew Freeman. Andrew, welcome to FSPN, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, you sound good and everything. All right, so you're gonna do some color for me. Oh, wow, that one went into the dugout. Hope everybody's all right. Check the ball for blood. Andrew, talk to me about community, how everybody turns out for these games, because I've seen you guys online. And there's a guy out here with a red beard and all that, and he's doing the wave and everything. What's that all about?
Yeah, that's our that's Red Lightning.
Fred Lightning?
Red Lightning up there at Florida State.
Yeah,
you could look him up. That's who that is.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, he loves some Key West sports, and we appreciate him a ton.
All right.
But yeah, our community, it's massive for us down here for not just baseball, but all of our sports. But baseball is a massive part of Key West.
You know, and that you don't have a pro team anywhere near here. I don't think there's any colleges near here either that have a baseball team. So this is it, man. This is worth the price of admission. So we got a good one here today. Miami Christian comes up. Usually the teams that come up And there's a poke in left field. That's going to be a base hit for Pichardo. All right, Sam Holland's in the box now. He struck out his last time up. He's a left-handed hitter. I'll have Picardo on first base, and I have Andrew Freeman with me. He's the athletic director, and we're just chatting about Key West baseball and community. So these teams that come up from, all over the place. Florida Jupiter was in here a couple weeks ago, and they come in and they play a 2-game set with you guys, right?
And preseason weekend for us, we have Jupiter come down. They got a pretty good ball club this year. And our young kids, they battled. Should have pulled off the weekend sweep, but we lost the first one, made a few errors. Pulled the second one off, though. Brought some good momentum to our kids.
Let me just say that we have a new pitcher in the game for Miami Christian Victors, number 85. He's a right-handed pitcher. Diego Maldonado. He came in for Ian Ponson. Ponson had a little trouble finding the mound, but Maldonado's in there now with a runner on first base. 1 out. And there's a strike. So I've heard about Key West and all the tradition and everything. I didn't know you guys have 11 state championships. Is that right?
Yep. Hoping to get number 12 this year.
Going way back to like the 50s. I mean, they've had some pros come out of here. I remember back in 2015, 14, when you were here, you had a couple really good pitchers. Tell us about that year.
Yeah, that was a fun year for us. The year before, made it to the regional championship. So that was back when Coach Ralph came back for his first year and the stint he's had. But, yeah, that following year was a fun one for us. We had some good battles that year.
And that's back when you had to read things, about you guys in the paper. There wasn't all this, fancy internet or the interweb and all that stuff. You had to really look you guys up, check out the box score. And there's a ground ball hit over to Bruno, who gets one, and not in time. The first base is going to be 2 outs now. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Augie Davila. So, yeah, back in the day, we'd had to look you guys up in the box score. But you guys always put on a competitive team. There's going to be some upgrades in the field, I've heard. What's going on here? Yeah,
we're hoping to cover that batting cage over there and kind of redo that area and give our kids the best facilities in high school baseball.
I mean, this is good. It looks good enough already. I mean, you could probably eat off the floor in this press box. I mean, there's some nice stuff here. Ralph Enriquez, head coach, was nice enough to give us an interview today. The hospitality has been off the chart. Jack Niles, his brother Randy, Ralphie, it's just been amazing. What's it like to be an AD here with all these baseball guys hanging around?
Oh, it's awesome. I grew up here. I was the bat boy as a kid.
Really?
And then I got to be able to play. And I actually played for both of these guys as a kid growing up.
Oh, so you.
And then I played here, and then coming back here, it's full circle. It's awesome. I love it.
So now you're their boss.
Somewhat.
Used to call him coach. Now he calls you boss. You got a runner on second. There's 2 outs. Your score is 3-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and Davila's up. I'm sorry. So we had Holland. Had a fielder's choice. I've been offered some greasy fries, but Jack, that's not how I keep my unique figure and my 8-pack abs that I got going here. Avila looking to get a base hit from the side armor, Maldonado, and takes that one for a ball. All right, so I'm going to put some pressure on you here, Andrew. You're going to do the color. I'll do the play-by-play. We got Davila batting, and if anything happens, you got to describe it, man.
All right.
No pressure here. We'll have fun with it. 2 outs. Takes a look at Pichardo.
All right, Augie's going to ground it off to the shortstop, and we got a good throw. Stays on the bag. We're going to end the inning right there.
So the Conchs leave one. They get none, but they still have the lead 3-1, and we head to the top of the 4th inning from beautiful Key West. You going to stick with us for a half inning?
Yeah, I'll stick with us.
Great. That's Andrew Freeman. You're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching, folks. Welcome back, high school baseball fans. We're in Key West. You're watching FSPN, and we got a great ball game for you from Key West. It's 3-1 in favor of the home team, and they're playing the Miami Christian Victors, and they're sending up 3, 4, and 5. Contreras, Carrier, and Mijares. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'm bringing you the play-by-play. And right next to me is Andrew Freeman. He is the athletic director and former player, former bat boy. He does it all here for these Conchs. Andrew, welcome again, buddy. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. Was paying attention to what we're going on here. Hoping to get caught out of this inning.
Wow, there's another one. That's got to be the wildest of the wildest pitches that I've seen. So take us through your ride as a player, Andrew. I mean, you guys made it through regionals, I think. Didn't you make it to the regionals?
Yeah, we made it into the second round of the regionals my senior year. And then we ended up losing to St. Brennan away. But regionals or not, it's always a hard time when we don't win a state championship down here because that's what we're shooting for every year.
All right, talk to me about the legend you guys got over there in that other dugout. 32 years experience, been in the minor leagues. What's it like working with Ralph Henriquez?
Yeah, it's different. It's completely different. I watched him growing up, and then I got to play for him, and then now I'm a colleague of his, and it's awesome.
He's a cool guy, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of laid back, but you can tell he can get intense sometimes.
Oh, yeah, he can give it to you.
You
don't want to fool around. He can give it to you.
No nonsense guy. Wants the best out of you. No excuses. Just get the job done. And,
yep.
And Ralphie's just a chip off the old block.
Yep.
All right, we got a runner on, and Marcos Carrier. He's the DH. He's standing in here. Andrew, we're going to stick to our guns here. We're going to do the color. I'll do the play-by-play.
Got it.
And you cut me off last time. You called the ground ball to Davila there. All right, right now there's one out, no outs. Top of the fourth inning, your score's 3-1 in favor of the home team. I've got Andrew Freeman with me, the color commentator extraordinaire for these Conchs. And there's a little chopper hit in front. Chris is going to grab it himself. No, Jack's going to get it. And we're going to have runners on first and second with nobody out here, and a bit of a blunder for the Conchs there. Quadra's going to come in and talk to the umpire. Head coach Chris Quadra. So Andrew, we know Key West is the ultimate vacation destination, and you got tourists flocking in here by car, by sea, by air. But what's it like living down here?
Oh, it's the best. We talked about the community earlier, and the community part of living down here is what makes this place special. We come out here every Friday, Saturday night during the spring, and you got all these people out here supporting our kids. Most of them don't even have anyone playing.
Yeah, it's fun. You come out here a cool night like tonight, catch a nice game, a competitive game. And you guys are always putting a good team on the field, so it's worth the price of admission.
Coach, we talked about Coach Ralph, and he's always going to have his kids ready to play every weekend, every game.
All right, Mihar is your batter right now for Christian, and things are getting a little chirpy here from the Miami Christian dugout. One of the players got a warning. Corners are creeping in for the Conchs, and your pitcher's starting to get a little, I don't want to say wild, but he did put a couple against the backstop, and now it's 2-0 to the batter.
Yeah, he's getting to the point of the game. We've been hoping he can get past this point the past couple of weeks, but
you think it's a mental thing more than a physical thing?
It could be a little bit of both. We're only in week 3. This is his third time pitching this year. He's progressed inning-wise and pitching-wise every game. So, we're early in the season. He's got a bright future ahead of him this year.
The sophomore, Jack Niles, is going to go out there and talk to him. That's kind of like me with golf. I get to the 8th hole, and I tend to shank it. I play 7 holes really good, and I get to that 1/8 hole. Mechanics are good. Everything's good, and the lake gets in the way.
I tell you what, I'm no good at golf, so.
All right, the first baseman's at bat. He struck out in his previous time to the plate, and it's 3-1 ball game. Top of the 4th. Mihar is trying to get another run here for the visiting victors. And whatever Jack told him must have worked. because he put that one right down the middle. I guess you got to be kind of like a psychologist when you're a catcher a little bit. You know, you got to work with these pitchers, and they're all kind of kooky, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think Jackie does a good job of that, especially with it being his first time taking control behind the plate.
All right, 3-1 to the fifth batter.
There's another one right there. So
looked like he was walking out of the plate, and that's umpires don't like that. I've been noticing that a lot. The kids try to leave the box trying to look cool, and slick, walking out of there before the ball gets in there. And the umpires, they don't have none of that.
No, there's no showing them up nowadays.
All right, count goes full, no outs. Runners on first and second for these Victors. And there's a pop fly, and it looks like Holland's going to have it. He's coming in a long way, and he's going to make an easy play out of that. Boy, I thought that ball was maybe going to get on there, but he covered a lot of ground, and there is a lot of ground. Talk to me about Rex Weech Field and the dimensions and how diverse it is with the turf and all that.
Oh, yeah, so our infield's turf, and the outfield is regular grass. And hopefully coming up soon we can get the whole thing to be artificial turf and have an awesome field out here and have a great complex for all of our teams to play on.
Why not? Do away with the mowers and the toros and all that. And I'll tell you what's becoming pretty popular that I've been watching up in Miami. Well, the batter, Carlos Sanchez, we get caught up in these conversations, and it's quickly one strike to the third baseman, Carlos Sanchez. He struck out his last time up. But check this out here. I'm showing Andrew a video of no, it's not R2D2. It's
yeah.
Is that cool or what?
Those things are awesome. They're worth the price of the money.
Yeah, that's becoming really popular. A swing and a miss, and it pops out of Niles' glove, but he caught a piece of it. So yeah, I've been watching that. It's a little R2D2 looking robot, and it's a chalk spitter, and it's run by GPS. And a lot of schools are using it multi-purpose. They can use it for lacrosse, football, soccer, baseball, whatever. And they're not cheap, but you won't have any crooked lines. I'll tell you that. Wow, nice block by Niles behind the plate. I mean, he saved the runners from advancing easy there on that one. So 1 out, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Carlos Sanchez. With me is Andrew Freeman. He is the athletic director extraordinaire, a long-time, full-time, what do you call it, long-time conch. What am I saying, full-time?
8 generations.
Man. There's a throw to third. Garcia can't get it. It goes off his heels. The runners are going to advance. Niles short hopped that one over to Garcia, but it got there in plenty of time. Any higher, and Contreras would have been out. 2-2 now is the count to Carlos Sanchez. So with 1 out, the visiting Victors have a legit chance to score a run here. Maybe a base hit can tie the game. I'll tell you what, Ralphie's on the top step, man. He's out there, he's got the leash, and it's not very long. I can't see the bullpen from here, but can you see anybody warming up over there for the Conchs? Because if not, I'm going to go out there and warm up for him.
Yeah, we got someone out there in the bullpen, but we got to let Christian work it out and
see if he can pitch his way out of this. But if not, I'm here, man. What a block by Niles. I got all of 58 miles an hour left in me. If you can use that, I'm available. I think I got 1 year of eligibility.
Yeah.
So the bases are going to be loaded by the visiting Victors. It's going to bring up their catcher, Miguel Benavides. I'm talking to Andrew Freeman. I'm waiting for a play to happen so you can do the color commentating, but you've been out there. You're not getting paid for this. All right?
I think we're going to get a little pitching change here.
All right. Yep. I called it. Andrew, I want to thank you very much. We're going to see what happens here. We're going to take a quick break. Give me somebody, and we'll be right back. You're watching FSPN, everyone. All right. Head coach came out and made a pitching change. And now we have another big right-hander, Casey Casper, and he's all of 6'5", 235 pounds. Kind of looks like a tight end, not a pitcher. Bases loaded. Corners are in for Coach Enriquez, and that one's in the dirt. Another fantastic block by the catcher, Jack Niles, saving a run. He's really put together a nice defensive game back there. 3-1, top of the fourth inning. The home team is up. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And now they're looking to, wow, he squares and takes one inside the catcher, Benavides. And there's a bunt right back at the pitcher. Casey kind of underhands it, and he forces him out at first at home. Boy, that was a great play. He just gloved it and scooped it right over to Niles. And that's 2 outs, and bases are going to remain loaded for the visiting Victors. Heads up play there, athletic play from the pitcher. Didn't have time to pull it out of his glove, so he just used the glove to kind of underhand highlight it over to Jack. So 2 outs. It's going to bring up Delvis Valdez. Cut down a runner at home. Marco Carreri moves over to third. Carlos Sanchez is now at second. First pitch is ball high. Benavides is at first base. In case there's a play at the plate, your outfield is Holland, Maltz, and Nelson Ong in right field if they got to cut down a runner. But with 2 outs, Chris Quadra's Miami Christian Victors are looking to get a base hit here and maybe tie this game, or at least chip away at this lead. Now the infield's back. Looking to make a play or knock it down at least. They're going to get a free one there. Casper walks in a run. It didn't belong to him, but boy, that run belongs to the Miami Christian Victors, and it's 3-2 here at the top of the fourth. Casper from the stretch. First pitch right over the heart of the plate for strike one. Derek De La Rosa is your batter. Pinch hitter that came in for a pinch hitter. Casey evens the count at 1-1 by leaving one up and away. These Miami Christian Victors, I mean, they could work part-time as a a conga line or something. They have instruments in there, and boy, they sound like they're coordinated. Here's the 1-1 with 2 outs, an off-speed pitch, and it catches him on the bump, and we got a tie game here at Rex Weech Field, and they haven't really earned it. It's just been kind of given to them. A couple walks and a couple sacrifices, and they got a run, and now it's just been walk after walk. Sandwich a base hit in there, and it's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Kevin Bruno, and he had a sacrifice RBI in his last at-bat and struck out. Bruno steps in, sees a fastball from Casey. Casey Casper looking for a ground ball, looking for a fly ball. How about a strikeout? Just missed on the outside. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've seen some good defense out here. Maltz made a great play early in the first inning. There's one in the dirt and got away from Niles. It's going to be a play at the plate, and he's going to get in there. The Miami Christian Victors are going to take the lead here on base on balls, wild pitches. The runners will advance. So Valdez goes into third. De La Rosa is at second base. And now this is the second game of the series. Casey looking to limit the damage here. Already 3 across the board in this inning. And that's been the story. Key West pitching, I mean, Koppel started out pretty good. He struck out the side. He got 2 more strikeouts in the next inning, and then he got a little wildy. It's been about the same story here for Casper. But 1 pitch can get him out of this. keep his team in it. The 3-2 just missed with first base open. He walks Kevin Bruno. So a walk, hit by pitch, another walk. And that's going to, I mean, if I'm a pitching coach, I'm warming somebody up, and I just peeked over there at the Conchs bullpen, and there's an arm over there getting loose. And here comes the legend. And it looks like he's got the hook in his hand, and he's not Captain Hook. He's going to pull Casey. We're going to take a quick break here from Key West. You're watching FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs, and I want to thank everybody for watching. And remember to subscribe, follow us, and keep up to date on Instagram where we have our upcoming events. Welcome back to Rex Weech Field in Key West, where we have a 4-3 ball game in favor of the visiting Victors, led by their head coach Chris Quadra. And we just had a pitching change. Casey Casper was replaced by Cruz Holmes. Cruz Holmes is a right-handed pitcher. He took the loss last night. He got that one over for a strike, so it's 1-1. The bases are loaded. They are 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and it's 4-3. And this is the 9th batter that's sent up to the plate and swung on and fouled at the plate right off his ankle. Holmes is trying to limit the damage that was done by the relief pitcher, Casper. The line on Casper was he walked 2, hit by a pitch, gave up a hit. There's a nice off-speed pitch and a ground ball to Davila. He flips over to Perez for the 3rd out. The visiting Victors leave 3. They get 3. The score is 4-3 in favor of the visiting Victors. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And your Key West Conchs are trying to come back on this. And you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to Rex Weech Field in Key West, Florida. That's right, Key West, where the Miami Christian Victors are taking on the home team, the Key West Conchs, in a 4-3 game. And you're watching it right here on FSPN. And we're having such a good time. We're glad that you can join us, that you can watch this high-level high school baseball. And there's ball 1. The pitcher is Maldonado. The battery, Miguel Benavides, is behind the plate for Chris Quadra's Miami Christian Victors. There's 2 balls to the second baseman, the 7th batter for the Conchs, Javi Perez. He'll be followed by Kane Dickerson. And then it's the catcher, Jack Niles. And if anybody gets on, the leadoff batter, Nelson Ong, will come up. Maldonado from the stretch. He flops one over. Count goes to 2-1. No one out. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3 runs were put on the board in the top of the 4th. So we had a lead switch here. The Conchs were pretty much in control for the first 3 innings. There's a swing and a miss. Boy, and the bat caught a piece of Benavides' helmet. And it was a glancing blow. It didn't catch him solid, but that big swing from Perez, the after swing, it's what caught Benavides on the side of the head, but he looks like he's okay. Perez, a wiry. The 2-2 from the side armor. He must have just missed. Brings the count full. Maldonado is your typical sidearm. He kind of drops down. There's a curveball taken for a strike. And it's strike 3 called. And there's a lot of chirping going on here. Javi Perez is talking to Benavides. And, you know, that's not the kind of sportsmanship that, you know, we want to see from these kids. So if you guys, you players that are watching this show, enough with the chirping. Let's show some class. Let's show some sportsmanship. You know, you're out in the field to play and to compete, and that's it. So One out, and that brings up Kane Dickerson. 1-2 the count, nobody on. Beautiful night here in Key West. Maldonado throws one in there. That looked like a fastball and another called strike three. Boy, this umpire's strike zone is really, looks like the Grand Canyon out there now. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 15, Jack Niles. All right, Maldonado struck out 2 consecutive batters, and with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th in a 4-3 game, he's going to face the catcher, Jack Niles, who takes the first one for a strike. Looking to get a 2-out rally going here. He'll be followed by the leadoff batter, Nelson Ong, and then it's Kate Maltz. There's a fastball in there, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Tell you, Maldonado's come in after Ponzon, and he's been effective. There's a look at the right-hander. And there's a called strike three. He strikes out the side. We go to the top of the 5th inning with the visiting team winning 4-3. You're watching FSPN from Key West. Hey, welcome back, high school baseball fans, and especially South Florida high school baseball fans. We're in Key West. You're watching FSPN. It's Uncle Muggs, and we're bringing you a high school game on a Saturday night from Key West, where the Miami Christian Victors, that are led by head coach Chris Quadra, have come down here to challenge the home team, the Conchs, that are led by head coach Ralph Henriquez, the legend himself, in a 2-game series. Last night, the Victors won 5-4. And tonight the Conchs are looking to split the series, but right now they're down 4-3. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and the 3rd, 4th, and 5th batters are up, and Contreras grounds one just past the diving Javi Perez for a leadoff base hit. And that's not the way you want to start it. The pitcher for the Conchs is Cruz Holmes. He's a right-handed pitcher. He came in for Casey Casper, that came in for the starter Chris Koppel. And Koppel was pretty effective until the end. He started getting a little wild there, a couple bases on balls. But now Holmes is looking for a pitcher's best friend. Let's see if Davilan Perez can deliver with some double plays here. Things are getting a little bit chirpy between both teams. You know, it's expected. Everybody here is competitive. You've come a long way and you want to win, but you got to keep things classy, folks. The first pitch is way high. There's a look at Holmes. And there we have Carrier and Caden Pichardo. And that ball's lifted to right field. Nelson's going to have a chance to it. The runner's going to have to hustle back. Ong just throws it in, but Contreras had gone halfway. So that's a fly ball. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Luis Mijares. Gets a sign from Niles, and there's a ground ball up the middle, and it hits the base, goes into center field. The runner's going to third, Contreras, and what a gun from the outfield, boy, I'll tell you. And that's a freshman, folks. That's a freshman arm. Gunned them down. Boy, that ball was thrown on a frozen rope in the air to Garcia, who put the tag on him. And that's something else. That's a nice ball player right there. Maltz made a great play in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And now he comes up with a huge play here to help out his pitcher. With 2 outs. To the third baseman, Carlos Sanchez. Sanchez. There's a little ground ball over to Javi. Javi picks it up, throws it over to Caden for the 3rd out. The visiting Victors leave one, they get none, and we head to the bottom of the fourth inning with the home team winning 4-3, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to your favorite high school baseball channel, FSPN. We're at Rex Weech Field for some good high school baseball Saturday night between the visiting Miami Christian Victors and the home team, the Key West Conchs. Your score is 4-3. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning in favor of the visitors. And we've had a really good game here. The leadoff batter's up. In the previous inning, the Conchs went down in order. 3 strikeouts from this right-handed side armor, Maldonado. He's been very effective, and what the Conchs need to do here is just, hit maybe Control, Alt, Delete, reboot, reset, get things going again like they did in the start of the game, and they're doing that with the leadoff batter here, Nelson Ong. He'll be followed by Cade Motz, and then it's Roman Garcia, who hit a home run on his first at-bat. Really put a charge into the crowd and into this game. But since then, kind of shaky pitching from the Conchs, giving a few runs away. And that's where we are now, 4-3 in the bottom of the fifth. 9 outs left. And the Conchs just need to go to work. Slapped foul. 0-2. Maldonado comes set. The side armor delivers up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right fielder, the leadoff batter, and there's something wiggly and slidey and curvy, and that's what you get from Maldonado. 2-2 to the leadoff batter, the right fielder for the Conchs, trying to get something going here in the fifth. And there's one hit softly to third base where Sanchez picks it up, and he's got to hurry, and he's not in time. Boy, a nice scoop there by Mijares, but Nelson legged that one out. Let's see if Enriquez plays for a little small ball here and tries to get that bunt. And sure enough, there goes Maltz to square. The third baseman's crashing in. Ong with a huge secondary lead has to slide back to first. And I'll tell you what, Sanchez was in Maltz's left pocket by the time that ball left his hand. He's crashing third hard. He squares again, and that one's bunted foul to the right side. All right, 1-1 the count. Maltz squares again and finally lays it down to Sanchez. Sanchez goes to second, a little high and a little late, but they're going to call him out. Ong goes in there hard, so there's not going to be a play at first. So now 1 out with a runner on first base, bottom of the fifth inning, 4-3 game. The Conchs are going to send up the red-hot Roman Garcia. Garcia dropped a bomb on Ian Ponsong in the beginning of this game. He was the third batter of the game, and he gave the Conchs an early lead. There's a look at Maltz on first base, the side armor, and there's one lifted high and deep, but this one's staying in the ballpark. Perez is under it. He's camped out plenty of time, but he drops the ball. Oh, my God, he got fielding lessons. That was a la Aaron Judge there. Eddie Perez was camped out under that. He already had a campfire going, marshmallows and everything, and he just booted that one. We're going to have a pinch runner come in for Roman Garcia. Christian Masters is coming in. Maltz is on second. And your fourth batter's up, Caden Pichardo. I mean, the recipe, this stew's starting to smell good now. We started off with a base hit, now an error. Things are starting to cook here. And it's not Maldonado's fault. He's been very effective since he's come in. 4 strikeouts. Takes a look at Cade on second. The side armor comes in for a ball in this first pitch. He's hit can get him a tie game here for his Conchs. He stays back on that one. There's a lazy pop fly to Contreras. He's got plenty of time. Nobody's tagging. It's going to be the second out, and it's going to bring up the fifth batter, Sam Holland, the left fielder. Team for the Key West Conchs. They're down 4-3 to the Miami Christian Victors. The Conchs have runners on second and third, and the likes of Cade Maltz and a pinch runner, Masters. After a brief conversation from the Florida Christian pitching coach, he leaves Maldonado in there. He's going to face the left-handed batting Sam Holland with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning in a 4-3 game. Benavides didn't have enough of the mound meeting from the coach where he had to come out and talk to Maldonado once again. So finally, with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th inning and the score 4-3, Maldonado throws the first pitch over for a strike to the big left fielder, Sam Holland. He's a senior leader on this team, 6'3", 180 pounds. And a base hit here. You'll probably get him a free Pepsi after the game. Maldonado takes a look at Maltz on second. Garcia's on first. Good cut there. Maltz with good speed at second. Maldonado just a little bit outside. Maldonado comes set after a peek at Maltz at second, and the side armor swings at one that, I'll tell you what, I don't know how Holland hit that one, but he looked like he hit that one between his legs, and he hit it foul. Base hit by Nelson Ong, who's cut down at second base on Maltz's bunt. And there was a fly ball to Garcia, center field. And there's 2 outs. The count's 2-2. And that one almost hits him. That's an easy take when you got to run. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Catcher's going to run him down, and he does. The Conchs leave 2. They get none. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and your score is the visiting Victors 4 and the home team 3. And you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to your favorite channel for high school baseball. You're watching FSPN from Key West, Florida today, where it's the visiting Victors of Miami Christian are taking on the home team. And the visitors are not being very nice guests. They're winning 4-3 here, top of the 6th inning. The pitcher remains Cruz Holmes. And Cruz Holmes trying to shut it down here. Benavides is up. He's the catcher. He'll be followed by 1-1 the count. He'll be followed by Delvis Valdez. And then it's Derek De La Rosa. And things are getting kind of chirpy here between not only both of these teams, but with the umpire. And there's a swing and a miss. And Benavides goes down. And Niles lets him know. That was the first strikeout for Cruz Holmes, who came in for Casey Casper, who wasn't all that effective. But the starter, Chris Copel, he did pretty good. He had 5 strikeouts, kept them in the game. And there's a ground ball, easy to Javi, right at him. Flips it over to Caden for the first out. Second out, and it's going to bring up the last batter, Derek De La Rosa. 1-1 to count. That ball's hit on a rope. Oh boy, it's the freshman again. Don't be surprised. Another great catch. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with your score 4-3 in favor of the visiting Victors. And you're watching your favorite channel for high school baseball, FSPN. Thanks for watching, folks. Welcome back to Key West, Florida. We have a great game between the Miami Christian Victors and the home team, the Conchs of Key West, that are led by legendary head coach Ralph Henriquez. And it's 4-3, bottom of the 6th inning. The pitcher is still Maldonado. Your batter's the shortstop, Augie Davila. And he'll be followed by Javi Perez, the second baseman. Then it's Kane Dickerson. And if anybody gets on for the Conchs, which we're hoping they do, it'll be the catcher, Jack Niles. Maldonado has been effective. Shortstop, he was walked in his first at bat, and he's looking to get something going for head coach Enriquez here in his Conchs. It's an easy take there for the shortstop. 2-2. Called strike 3, but it pops out of Benavidez' glove, and he tags Davila. There's going to be 1 out. It's 5 strikeouts for Maldonado. It'll bring up Javi Perez, who struck out his last time up, and he got a base hit. And he's looking to get something started here for the home team. There's a sidearm strike thrown in there by Maldonado, the Victor's right-hander. One out, bottom of the 6th, and there's one hit. And that's the second play that Ralphie makes without even moving, boy. He's fielding 1,000 over there. Rex Weech field. There's another swing and a miss, and that's a strike 3. Maldonado must be pulling the string on that slider because these Conchs don't have an answer for it. That's 6 strikeouts in 3 innings in relief for Maldonado that came in for the starter, Ian Ponchon. Quadra's got to be happy with the performance of his reliever. You call on a guy late in the game to come in and be as effective as he has. He hasn't given up any runs. He gave up 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. And that's just what you want from a reliever. Kane Dickerson, the DH now for the Conchs, takes that one low. I have it over by the Victor's dugout, and they get excited and shake the fence, and the camera moves. Here's the 1-0. Easy take there for Kane Dickerson. Conchs are trying to figure out Maldonado, who's coming here and just sidearm these guys to death. Dickerson calls time. Maldonado was taking a little bit too long for his liking. Maldonado comes set, he deals, and there's one taken. Hey, a lot of these Conch hitters are getting out of the box, shaking their head, touching the top of their helmet like in disbelief. Here's the 2-1, swung on. Look here on the Conch team to gain some experience this season. And next season, you guys better watch out. There's a swing and a crazy awkward swing. Kind of tied himself up. He strikes out the side once again. We head to the top of the 7th inning with the score 4-3 in favor of the visiting Victors. And you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
South Florida High School Baseball, we're in Key West for a game between the Miami Christian Victors and the home team, the Conchs, and there's a bunt that's foul. And I want to take this opportunity here just to mention our sponsors, First Kids PPEC. That's our friend Manny Cerda, and they're taking care of kids with complex medical conditions with 3 locations in Lauderhill, Hollywood, and the great city of Westchester, providing nursing care, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy to allow kids from newborns to age 21. Give our boy Manny Cerda a call at First Kids PPEC. We're in the top of the 7th inning here at Rex Weech Field. And we're hoping for a comeback. The pitcher for the Conchs is Cruz Holmes. He's been in there. This is 3rd inning of work. He's been effective. I mean, he had to sweep up a little bit of under the rug, and there's a ground ball over to Davila gets him by half a step. Wow, nice stretch over there by Caden. And a good play by Augie at first base. Miami Christian Victors, state finalist in the 2A class last year. This year they dropped down to 1A, but they're hoping for the same result. And there's a first pitch swing, ground ball this time to Perez, who flips over to Caden for the second out. And if I don't get a chance, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I want to say thank you to Jack and Andrew, Randy, the whole crew, especially Ralph Enriquez and Ralphie for being so hospitable with us and opening their doors and just being really, really cool people. Can't wait to come back here again. And there's a line drive in right center field. It's going to drop in front of in front of Nelson, sorry. We're going to have a pinch hitter come in here for Marcos Carrier. Santiago Primo is the pinch hitter. All right, runner on first. Nice pitch there by Cruz Holmes. Caught the outside corner. Good job of framing there by Jack Niles behind the plate. And he's been solid back there today. I mean, he's been beat up. He's been hit by foul balls. He's been shot up, shot down, and shot at. And there's one that's hit right back to the mound. A nice athletic play by Holmes. Throws over for the third out, and we're going to head to the bottom of the seventh inning with the last licks here for the Key West Conchs. They're down 4-3, and you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Key West, folks. You're watching FSPN, and it's South Florida baseball, high school baseball at its finest. We have a pinch hitter coming in. His name is Jackson Bernhardt. He's coming in for the catcher, Jack Niles. He's going to face Maldonado, who's been the pitcher the last 4 innings for the Miami Christian Victors, who have the lead here 4-3. It's the bottom of the seventh inning. They're only 3 outs away from back-to-back wins, from coming down here and sweeping the 2-game series versus the home team. Evens the count at 1-1. Jackson Bernhardt looking to get things going. Then it'll be the leadoff batter, Nelson Ong, followed by Kate Maltz. And then it's Roman Garcia, who started this game off with a home run. Before we get to him, we got to get a couple guys on here. And boy, these Conchs desperately need a base runner. Every single player, including head coach Ralph Henriquez, they're on the top step of the dugout. They're cheering their guy on. The fans are on the edge of their seat. They could use a base runner right here. The 3-2, swung on and fouled straight back. Here's the 3-2 to the pinch hitter, Jackson Bernhardt. And he gets walked, and here it is, buddy. Here's the start of something special. Bottom of the seventh inning. And there's a drive to deep left center field. Perez is under it. This time he catches it. Bernhardt has to go back. 2 outs now in the bottom of the seventh. The Victors, the visiting team, winning 4-3. They're 1 strike away, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kate Maltz says, wait a minute. I'm going to get a base hit here, and I'm going to make things a little bit more interesting. Welcome back to Rex Weech Field in Key West, where it's nail-biter time. Chris Quadra has removed Maldonado from the mound, and it's Ray Contreras, and he's going to face Roman Garcia, who homered in his first at-bat. The Conchs have runners on first and second base, and it doesn't get much better than this.
That's a ball!
They're calling for a balk here. I'm sorry, the pitcher's Ray Contreras, the batter's Roman Garcia. As I mentioned, he homered in his first at-bat in the first inning to give these Conchs a 1-0 lead. Right now it's 4-3. And that's ball 1 from Contreras. Chris Quadra had made a pitching change earlier, and now he's bringing in his closer, and he's a hard thrower. Cade Maltz got a base hit with one out, and he's on second base. Jackson Bernhardt, another base hit, and he's standing on first base. The count evens to 1-1. Garcia gets a base hit here. I mean, the roof is going to blow off this place, and we don't even have a roof. The 1-1 from Contreras. Swung on and hit sharply up the middle, and that could be a base hit. They're going to send him. They're going to be a play at the plate. And we got a tie game at the bottom of 7th inning, and you're watching FSPN, baby. Your batter's Caden Pichardo. The runner on second is Jackson Bernhardt. He swings at the first pitch, and he's trying to put these guys away and leave them on the field. 4-4, bottom of the 7th inning. Miami Christian victors, Key West Conchs, and a Saturday night slugfest from Key West, 4-4. Just what we wanted to see, a good ball game. Ray Contreras is the pitcher. Pichardo's the batter. Wow, Caden takes that one almost over his head. Wow, this was exciting. Another good game. We've been really blessed here at FSPN to bring you some good games. Last Saturday night we had a 10-inning affair. Let's hope that this one doesn't go that far because that was 4.5 hours. One out here, bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 swung on, and there's a little loop to right field. It's going to be caught for one out. He loses it on the exchange, but there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 7th, and it's going to bring up Sam Holland. Sam Holland steps in the plate in a tie game at the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs. This is it. This is what heroes are made of, and we're taking applications for heroes right now. The first one in line is Sam Holland, and if he gets a base hit, it's going to be free pizza and sodas for the rest of the week. Your runners are Roman Garcia with a game-tying RBI base hit. Jackson Bernhardt, he had a hold up at second. There's 2 outs. The pitcher's Ray Contreras. There's 2-0. Contreras throwing really hard, but he's throwing really high. Well, I sure hope you stayed up for this one. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th inning. They just walked Sam Holland to load the bases, and now it's Augie Davila, the shortstop, with a chance to be the hero here in Key West. A tie game. Ball 1 from the pitcher, Ray Contreras. Augie Davila, your shortstop, he's the batter. 1 ball, no strikes. Finally, Contreras finds the plate with that fastball, and he's got to be in the low 90s. Contreras comes set, gets his sign from Benavides, and that's a strike. The runners on second and third base, and the likes of Jackson Bernhardt and Roman Garcia that tied this game with a base hit. And now we have 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. Boy, the Conch fans really want a base hit here to blow the roof off of Rex Weech Field. Wow, and he fights it off. Your batter's Augie Davila. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitcher's the hard-throwing Ray Contreras. The bases are full of Conchs. There's nowhere to put them. The strikeout will get us extra free baseball. And that one's in the dirt. Benavides with a great stop. Nail-biter time at Rex Weech Stadium. Tie game, bottom of the 7th. Contreras rocks set. The 3-2, and that one's lifted in left field. It's looking for the gap. If it falls, it's trouble. And the Conchs win! The Conchs win! The Conchs win! A base hit! I can't believe what I just saw, folks. A walk-off base hit here at Rex Weech Field, and it gives the Conchs the win. They split the series with the Miami Christian Victors. And wow, what a game. Everybody on the edge of their seat the whole night. And a victory, another one for head coach Ralph Enriquez. He keeps tacking them on. I'm Uncle Muggs. I want to say thank you for watching. I want to say thank you for the whole crew down here in Key West for being so hospitable and so awesome with us. We'll be back on Monday with another game. And tomorrow, it's inside the park. You don't want to miss that one. I have an interview with Ralph Henriquez. I have an interview with Max Alvarez, the shortstop for the Columbus Explorers, and a whole lot more. And that's going to be on at about 8 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Wow. I love baseball. Thanks for watching, folks.